You all have little programs on your tables. I just wanted to let you know all the songs are there, and 2 Hungarian recipes with sour cream. Rockin' the sour cream.
Awesome.
My parents loved jazz. There was always jazz playing in our house. So Hungarian music and jazz, sometimes not too dissimilar. They listened to Duke Ellington, Count Basie, Ella, Sarah. So I had this wonderful steeping, if you will, in jazz, and also Broadway. They loved Broadway. Being that close to New York, they went into the theater district all the time. And my favorite was My Fair Lady. So I would listen to and sing that into a fork all the time. My mom took me to church and introduced me to the junior choir. And they had me do solos because I had a very loud voice. I could drown everybody else out. I could reach the back of the church. So that's how I got to be doing solos. But it gave me a passion for music, the jazz, the Hungarian music. Choir music is so passionate. Loved choir music. And then in high school, I went to high school in a black and Puerto Rican neighborhood. And then I learned R&B and blues and salsa and charanga and totally different rhythms. And the best part was I got to go, wow, like James Brown. I learned that from James Brown.
One, two, three.
And also in high school, we'd go into New York. And we would take the train, because we like to go to the museums. We like to have New York pizza. I'm sorry, Chicago. I'm sorry anywhere else, but there is no pizza like there is in New York. Yeah? All right. And when we got past 125th Street, we knew we were in a totally different world than New England. Her apartment was smaller than I remember, with a grand piano tucked inside. The place was filled with old knickknacks, a gold LP and photographs, and a wall full of posters with her name. She was the songbird of her generation, a jazz singer most of her life. Now she sat in a well-stuffed chair, an exiled queen with silver hair, and regaled me with stories of her fame. And on that afternoon in Harlem, she sang a song that she'd made famous. And though her voice was shot, for a moment the world just fell away. She said, you know, I never had a family. I'd wanted kids, but it just wasn't meant to be. My first husband played trombone and drank. He broke into the piggy bank. Though the others weren't much better, no regrets. Then she offered me a cup of tea with honey. She said, I have my memories, you see. She stared across the room while I made up a little tune, and she looked at me and smiled. That magic afternoon in Harlem, she sang a song that she'd made famous. And though her voice was shut, for a moment the world just fell away. Even when I went to college, yeah, please. Jameson Trotter. Even when I went to college, I would come back and go into New York with my friends. I was old enough to go to clubs, bars. We went to the Blue Dot, we went to the Vanguard, and we went to all kinds of places where they played music, Central Park, wherever we could, because couldn't get enough music in my life, ever. You know, life on the road is never ever easy. Would you do it all again? Well, she couldn't say. But before we said goodbye, she sang one more song that made me cry. And I'm not the type that's prone to tears, but on that afternoon in Harlem, she sang a song that she'd made famous. And though her voice was shut, for a moment the world just fell away. And on that afternoon in Harlem, she played tricks with time and space, became a young girl singing in the spotlight, just like it was yesterday. That afternoon in Harlem. In Harlem. Thank you.